Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Owen talks about sports and movies. Thank you for checking out today's video and I always appreciate the support. So LeBron James has become the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. And just in case you can't tell, I'm really pumped. I got my jersey on for the video. I know it's an old one. I haven't gotten a new one since he changed numbers. But yeah, man, we're just gonna talk about it. This is something really cool. For me personally, as like an avid LeBron fan, since I was like 11, 10. So this is something really, really cool for me. So we're just gonna talk about it. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss out on any of the fun. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. How do you feel about LeBron breaking the all-time scoring record and stuff like that? And now I'm gonna share my thoughts. So you know what? Honestly, I'm still a little mind boggled by it. So let's run back to history. So I didn't really like sports that much until I got to like intermediate school. So about the first year I started watching NBA basketball was whenever LeBron got to Miami. Um, and I just have loved him so much. I mean, some of my most vivid memories ever are of watching LeBron. Um, and so it's been really cool just to see him just continue on this journey and continue to play so good for so long and finally eclipse this record. You know, like there's a stat out there, something like that, where like you'd have to average 25 points per game for 20 years in order to catch Kareem. And that's what LeBron's done. Um, it's just, you know, the record they never thought would be broken because for context, whenever Kareem broke the record, he still played for 5 more years. So it's not like Kareem like built up and then broke the record and retired. No, like he padded onto it a lot whenever he broke the all-time scoring record. And LeBron's got a chance to do that and more. LeBron's gonna be the first player to ever get to 40,000 points. Um, that's just insane. That's you can't even comprehend that. You know, meanwhile, while LeBron is the all-time leading scorer, he has scored more points than anyone in the history of the league, in the history of the sport. He is fourth all-time on the assist list and could potentially finish top 3 one day, depending on how far he is. You know, whenever Chris Paul retires, if LeBron is retired before him, I don't know. Who knows? But he's going to finish in the top 5 in assists for his career, and top 10 in steals, and within the top 30 or so in rebounds, I think. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, I just don't understand. People are like, oh, LeBron's not a scorer. LeBron James is the all-time leading scorer. He averages, or he's top 5 points per game score of all time. He's more efficient than almost any player you could name as a top scorer. You know, he shoots better from 2 than Michael Jordan, shoots better from 2 than KD, shoots better from 3 than Michael Jordan. All of his true shooting stats are better than almost all of the all-time great scorers that we consider. And we can people can consistently disregard LeBron in that area. I'm just like, I don't know how you can. Like, he's the best all-around player to ever play. Arguably the GOAT. That's probably another video for another time. And I'll make a video about that soon. But I just don't. I mean, it's unfathomable to me. You know, the fact that he's been able to play this long. You know, that's what you have to do if you want to be able to break this type of records. You have to play for so long and be dominant. It's not good enough to just play for a long time. Like someone like Vince Carter played for a long time, but he wasn't dominant for the entire stretch. LeBron has never averaged less than 25 points per game in his career. He's averaging almost 35 since he's turned 38 in December. He's 38 years old, and he's averaging the same amount of points he was 10 years ago when he was 28 and in Miami and at the peak of his powers. Obviously, they're not the same type of player, but, you know, it's just absolutely incredible what he's been able to accomplish. And there's been no outside distraction. He's been fully committed to the game of basketball. There's been no off-court mishaps. There's been no scandals. There's been nothing. Yeah, sure. He talks about politics. Okay, you don't have to agree with LeBron, but to say that LeBron doesn't have an opinion because he's an athlete is stupid. To say any athlete doesn't have a political opinion is stupid. Okay, so if that's your off-court problems with LeBron, then I don't know what to tell you. Get over it. Okay, just just disagree with him and go on with your life. And people are gonna sit here and discredit. Oh, it's a longevity stat. Yeah, it's a longevity stat because LeBron had to play for so long and be so good in order to break this record. This record has stood for almost 40 years. 38 seasons has this record stood. It was considered unbreakable. No one would ever catch Kareem because no one would ever be able to play for long enough and average the points needed in order to break it. And LeBron's broken it. And there's no signs that he's not just going to soar past it. There's no proof he won't just absolutely soar past it. That he probably won't reach 40,000 points. He's 38 and he's averaging almost 30 points per game. He's easily still the best player on almost every court he steps onto, unless like Giannis or maybe Steph or maybe KD step on that court. LeBron is still a top 5 player in the league. You can make the case for him still being maybe the best player in the league. Maybe not, but close. Arguably a top 3 player in the league at 38. Carrying a terrible Lakers team. This team is not good. Anthony Davis is emotionally not available, checked out, injured a lot. Russell Westbrook is terrible. They don't really have much depth. And LeBron continues to just absolutely excel, get whatever he wants, just do whatever he wants on a nightly basis. At 38, everyone's like, oh, defense isn't, they don't play as good defense, and LeBron has the 3. LeBron James broke this record with 150 less games played than Kareem. 150. That's almost 2 full seasons. LeBron broke this record in essentially 2 less seasons than Kareem did. Also, the other day I saw a stat where it was like, if you took away all LeBron's threes and dunks, he would still be 14th on the all-time scoring list. He would still be a top 15 scorer in this league. And 4th on the assist list. And 9th on the steals list. First in playoff points. He's top 10 in threes. He's first in playoff points. First or second in almost every single playoff category. And there's no signs of him slowing down. The only thing that's ever derailed LeBron are injuries. That's the only thing. The only thing ever that's derailed him. And it was just easy for him last night. He wanted 36, so he went out and got it. Very efficient. The Thunder really couldn't do anything about it. I was hoping that, either it was going to be a skyhook. He would have tried a skyhook to break the record, or one of his famous tomahawk dunks, or one of his infamous NSFW threes that I won't say. But I was really hoping maybe it was going to be one of those, but he had plenty of those last night to make it work. I'm glad it wasn't like a little free throw or something. If you would have broken on a free throw, that would have been lame. But it was just to see the pure emotion he had last night. Just to, it just means so much to him. This game means so much to him, and he's dedicated his entire life to it. And to see him have, to break that record and truly just earn it meant a lot to a lot of people. Of course, like LeBron and his family, his close friends, and his NBA family, but just to the fans and to the people that have been watching him for a long time. Like I said earlier, LeBron's meant a lot to me for a long time. And it's cool whenever you're a guy who you've defended and gone to battle with since you were 10, do something as cool as this. And of course, LeBron's got championships and MVPs and defensive teams and great playoff moments and stuff like that. But, this is like the crowning individual achievement. No one in the history of basketball has scored more points than him. And he's not even a score first guy. He's a pass first guy. I mean, let's think about it. Do you know how mind-boggling it is to know that LeBron's going to finish as the all-time leading scorer and top 5 in assists. Potentially top 3. Potentially top 3. The greatest scorer statistically, and statistically one of the best passers of all time. Both of them. Most guys are one or the other. LeBron's going to finish as both of them. And as someone in his prime who could guard 1 through 5. I honestly think he still can. He just doesn't put an effort on defense anymore, admittedly, which is fine. But arguably the best scorer of all time. Arguably one of the best scorers of all time. A top 5 scorer, a top 5 passer, and at his peak, a top 5 defender. What more can you ask for in a basketball player? I don't think you can. Really, honestly. And I think the GOAT debate is slowly and surely the evidence is stacking up against popular opinion. And it's getting really hard for people to say that Michael Jordan is the GOAT. But we'll say that for another video. Just to give you a little breadcrumbs. But, honestly, it's just surreal to have been able to watch. And it's been a joy and a blessing, really. It sucks whenever, you're such an avid fan of a sport in the history of the sport and you can't really contextualize or fully appreciate and enjoy what past greats have done because you just weren't alive yet. I wasn't alive for Mike or Bird or Johnson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or, like whoever. Whoever you want to. And I didn't really, I wasn't old enough to understand, the true prime of Shaq and Kobe and the Spurs at the true peak of their power, and stuff like that. So it's been really just honestly it's been a blessing to be able to watch LeBron as much as I have, and it's been a blessing to us all. Even if you're a LeBron hater, I really hope that people will look back and be able to appreciate what we've been able to witness and are going to continue to witness as he continues to play at an extremely high level at an unprecedented age. No one's doing the things that he's doing. Honestly. Just top to bottom in a lot of areas of career, nobody's done what he's done. Nobody. If the Lakers make it to the playoffs or if he leaves Los Angeles and they are able to get back to the playoffs, there's no doubt in my mind that he'll be either first, what he's not first, what he's second in, he'll probably end up being first, and what he's not really close to being in, he's going to continue to pad, and just be able to just have just almost all the accolades. That you just, it becomes an insurmountable that you can't leave him out of the all-time greats. If your GOAT opinion is not Jordan or LeBron, I'm sorry. That's just factually incorrect. However you pick between that, I'll listen to your argument either way, as long as it's good. But it's just incomprehensible how grateful I am, and a lot of people are, and how respectful and appreciative we all should be of LeBron. So thank you for watching today's video. I always appreciate the support. Make sure you guys check out the link content. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. And you guys have a great day. Thank you.